is Quazemoto, and I am doing a test video for the new Quazemoto show, making some changes. I am no longer going to be broadcasting my podcast to Spreaker or Facebook or Twitter for that matter, even Tumblr. Though I will post updates on Facebook and Tumblr. But I will be primarily broadcasting on YouTube. Yes, that's correct. I have set up a new YouTube channel and going through the initial, bells and whistles of getting everything set up. But the key thing for YouTube versus Facebook and Twitter, I can get paid for my podcasts right away. YouTube has that feature, that monetize feature, where when you publish your videos, you can earn money off of them. If you ever watch those YouTube videos, when they initially start, you have an advertisement in the beginning. Usually, 10-15 seconds. That's how you get paid. If you allow advertisement before your video begins, you get paid. So everyone that clicks on the video, the owner of that video gets paid for it. So this is new and exciting frontier that I am wandering into. Hopefully it'll be a great venture. Right now I'm just working, and just testing this thing out. I think that's it. Oh shit, I just burped. I watched some NFL games, watched some college games over the weekend. Watched Skins Falcons, and though it was an exciting game, I was pulling for the Falcons, and man, what a finish. It was in overtime, and Redskins were moving down the field. They were about to cross the 50-yard line, but then Kirk Cousins threw a pick six to end the game. Same old Redskins? I don't know. But I was thinking Falcons, them being undefeated and trying to go 5-0, which they are now, they would have had an easier time with the Deadskins versus, or they should have rolled over them. But instead, it came down to the last play in overtime to beat the Redskins. Either Atlanta's really weak or Redskins are really good. Who's to say? Anyways, then I watched Cowboys Patriots, and man, Patriots are that damn good. Be it Romo's out, Des Bryant's out, and Brandon Whedon sucks ass, no good. But what are you gonna do? Patriots. This Patriots team, this 2015 Patriots team, is very reminiscent of that 2018 where they had that us against the world mentality throughout the whole season. Patriots were just coming off that Spygate scandal with the league and the Jets. Kind of the same scenario here. Patriots are coming off the Deflategate scandal, and Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, they got a point to prove, and I would love it if the Patriots go undefeated all the way, not just 18-0 or and then lose the Super Bowl. I think they have a very good chance to repeat. Will they go undefeated? Tough to say. But the way the Patriots are playing right now, man, if I'm a betting man, and I'm not, but if I was, I put my money on the Patriots the rest of the season. That's how good they are, I watched the movie, I watched it again, American Sniper. That was a damn good movie. And I think I DVR'd half of it because I was in the middle of it watching. I was like, man, I want to DVR this and watch it again and again and again and again. But it was a damn good movie. American Sniper, of course, everyone knows, is a movie about Navy SEAL Chris Kyle, who had 160 confirmed kills during his 4 tours in Iraq. But then he died. Some Iraqi vet, often, which is really sad. But anyways, just watching the movie over and over again, man. It's really good. Bradley Cooper, dead on job, portraying both Chris Kyle and a Navy SEAL. And what really got me at the end, what got me goosebumps and got me a little verklempt was the ending. when they showed the footage of Chris Kyle's funeral, and then they had that music playing to it. I think the music was The Funeral by some Spanish dude for a movie like back in the 60s, right? But the way they just matched up the music with the clips of the Chris Kyle's funeral footage, man, goosebumps. And it prompted me to download that song, The Funeral. It's good. I've been playing it in a loop over and over again. When I went to work out last night, I just had that thing in a loop over and over again. And you know what? Even though it's slow, it's just a trumpet playing, and you know, it's kind of somber. For some reason, it got me pumped. You know? Shit. I'm like focusing on the steering wheel versus like what's out here. Other podcasters have told me, you know, if you got a podcast on YouTube, keep the videos short and quick, and then at the same time keep them interesting. So I don't know how interesting this is, you know, me driving in traffic and blathering on and on. But I'm gonna, you know, I got so much content and so much shit to do with the new format that I have set up with YouTube and shit. I'm just very excited in this endeavor again. Want to get it started. For those of you that listened to the podcast back when we were on Spreaker, D will still be with us. He will still be with us, and we're going to do a podcast Wednesday night and have it published or uploaded right away. But he's excited at the opportunity. He's more excited about the fact that we're going to be getting paid for this shit, you know. Because like when we were doing it on Spreaker, we were like, yeah, man, we just got to keep grinding, just keep putting the message out there, and eventually we're going to build an audience, and eventually, you know, we're going to get sponsors, we're going to get a deal, and blah, 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 blah. But I think this is a quicker route, going through YouTube, and bigger audience for sure, you know, because like anyone can just stumble upon a clip on YouTube and then, you know, just instantly listen to it. You know, you have to push that play button, and when that advertisement plays, you know, cha-ching, yeah, you know, boom goes the dynamite. Last night I was watching the games when the games were ended, and that, I don't know, I watched the San Fran Giants game, and I watched it all the way to the end. They went into overtime. Did they go into overtime? I think they went into overtime. I don't know. But anyways, no, they didn't go into overtime. It was like Giants scored a touchdown like in the last minute and gave San Fran like 20 seconds left to score, or 40 seconds or some shit like that. Gave them 40 seconds to score. And I don't know, man. I don't know. The San Francisco, the team as a whole is a mess. You know, the coach, Tom Shula, you know, he looks like, you know, they pulled him off the street and he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Colin Kaepernick is not what he's supposed to be, but 49ers let him off the hook. The receivers and offensive line have lost faith in Kaepernick, and it's a mess right now. You know, it's a mess. And I was just looking at the last drive and some of the play calling and the execution, and I was just like, WTF, what the fuck are you doing? You know, the play calls were questionable. I mean, the drive before the Niners drive before the Giants responded to take the lead in the fourth, excellent drive. But then the final drive at 40 seconds, I don't know. You know, maybe the Giants defense was all that, or I don't know. But Niners are a mess, and they're not going to turn it around anytime soon. Let's just say that. After that, I ended up watching, what's the name of that fucking movie? Oh, Blood Diamond. That's where I'm getting all my advertisements from. Because Leo DiCaprio, he had for the movie, he had that South African accent, and let's just say it was a horrible accent, and he pronounced advertisement as advertisement. You know, it was just like a blatant, you know, like, yeah, I'm doing the South African accent, bruh, you know, and I'm gonna make it sound real. Yeah, I was like, ugh. You know, I didn't really care too much about Blood Diamond, but Jennifer Connelly still looked good in that movie. Still looked good in that movie, you know. A couple of other movies, she looked like she hit the wall hard, but in Blood Diamond, she looked good, you know. And segue into that, I watched this documentary on MSNBC called Blood Lions. Blood Lions, for those of you that don't know about this controversy, blood lions are lions that are raised on a farm, predominantly in South Africa. These lions are raised, they're, you know, from cubs to, you know, adulthood. And when they're raised, the sole purpose for their breeding and raising of these lions is to have a canned hunt for would-be hunters. A canned hunt is where these bred and raised lions on this farm, once the lion is picked by this hunter who pays, like, you know, maybe 50,000, depending on what type of lion you want, female, young male with no mane, or, you know, a mature male with a full mane, whatever, right? You can, it's so crazy, you can go on these websites and just like pick and choose the lion and then go to South Africa and go hunt them, and the hunt is not even that hard. The lion is released in this secured environment, and like they put up like a piece of meat dangling from a tree, and of course, like the breeders, they know this lion is going to be is picked to be hunted and killed and shot, so they starve the lion a couple days, and then when they release him into this secure environment, of course he's going to sniff out, you know, that leg of antelope. He's going to go right to it. And so like these hunters, they're like 50 meters away, and then, you know, boom 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 boom, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shots, you know, however many shots it takes to kill the lion, they kill it. You know, that's not a hunt. There's no game in that, you know. Where's the hunt and the game in that, you know? And that's the controversy. Are these breeders, you know, what they're doing, is this morally or ethically correct or right? I think it's a sham, you know, that these lions are bred for the sole purpose just to be hunted and stuffed, taxidermied one day, and their head be, you know, mounted on a wall for some hunter to show off to his friends, you know. But like the hunters, they're, you know, the pro hunters, their stand is, well, we're helping the endangered lion population by not hunting the wild lions. Instead, we're hunting these, you know, these farm lions, these bred lions, you know. You know what, dipshit? Let's like even the playing field. How about I give you a spear? Now go hunt a lion. Can you do that? Yeah. You're real brave shooting a lion from 50 or 100 meters away, you know. And then you have the audacity to say, you know, what I'm doing is, you know, there's nothing wrong with what I'm doing. There's nothing wrong with what I'm doing, you know. Very, very good documentary. I enjoyed it thoroughly. For those of you that are curious about it, Google it. Google it. If you have MSNBC, look it up. I'm sure they're going to be playing it 100 more times from now until a year, or at least Christmas. It was a very good documentary. Check it out. You know, check it out. That's all I have. I'm going to keep this podcast short, maybe a 15-minute time limit. I'm reaching the 14-minute mark. I'm just going to keep driving until I get to my work where I have to drop my load. You know, I have to drop my load on them. Oh, man. Yeah, for those of you, for my 12 listeners that kept on tabs, last time I checked in with you guys, I was out of work. But then the situation was getting dire, you know, for me and the fam. So I decided to go back to my old employer, and he was happy to take me back, because I'm like one of the most dependent guys he has. Everyone else doesn't give a shit about the job. I'm the only one that takes it seriously, you know. So my old boss, he was like, oh man, yeah, come back, Quaz, come back, Quaz. So I was happy he took me back. So I'm back doing my same old shit, doing my route. It's tedious, it's boring, but you know what? It's a paycheck. I get paid every 2 weeks. So I'm gonna do this until I get something better, you know, until this podcast thing takes off. All right, party people. Hopefully you enjoyed this test podcast. Remember that keyword's test podcast of the Quazemoto show. I am definitely going to have more podcasts coming up in the very near future. I'm going to try and knock out 2 to 3 podcasts a week. The more the better, right? And for all those listeners that were still loyal, I still got your emails. I still see your emails coming into me, to my email. I haven't forgotten about you. So I'm going to update my Facebook to direct you to my YouTube channel. And for those of you that it's go to YouTube and just search for Quazemoto show, and you'll find my podcast. Next time I'm definitely gonna have reader emails that'll be read, and D will be with me, hopefully, if I can track him down. That's a tough nigga to track down, I'll tell you that. I always think, like, when I can't get a hold of him, man, did that dude get locked up again? When I spoke to him over the weekend, he said the same shit about me. He was like, man, I thought you got locked up. All right, party people, I'm gonna end it here. Look for the podcast, look for future podcast, and until then, YouTube channel Quazemoto show. Keep your emails coming in, and I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you soon. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm a retard. Later.